Hello everyone, Christine McKee here from the Emerging Technology team, and welcome to Microsoft Bookings. For this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the steps involved to creating one single school booking calendar that includes all of your staff members. This booking calendar is ideal for scheduling parent-teacher conferences or demonstrations of learning, as well as for managing other parent meetings with your staff. Now, to get started, we are simply going to start from anywhere in Office 365. You could start from your OneDrive, from Outlook, or even directly from myECSD.net. What you are going to do is look for the app launcher or the waffle in the top left corner, and click on it, and you will find Bookings in your app's shortcuts if you've used Bookings before. If you haven't used Bookings before, you may have to click on All Apps and then select Bookings from the Office 365 apps below. Now, if this is your very first time using Microsoft Bookings, your homepage will actually look a little different than this. Your landing page will actually be a page introducing Microsoft Bookings, and there will be a button for getting started. You're going to click that button, and essentially you will see a window pop up like so. Welcome to Bookings. Tell us about your business. Again, you will see this if this is the first time you are setting up a booking calendar for your school site. In business name, you would go ahead and enter in your school name. Don't worry about filling in business type, and then you would simply click continue, and you would end up landing on a home page that looks like so. Now, if you have used Microsoft Bookings before, it should open up with the calendar you have been previously using. If this calendar is a general calendar for your school, you may not have to create a new calendar. Instead, for your school calendar, you might wish to just click on Services in the far left navigation menu and add a new service for Spring Demonstration of Learning or Spring Parent-Teacher Conferences. If you would prefer to set up a brand new calendar, you can simply click on the drop-down caret or arrow next to the name of your school or the name of your calendar and select New. Again, you would enter in the calendar name. Don't worry about filling in the business type and click Continue. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to be working with a calendar that I have previously set up for my demo school, because I already have some staff members invited to this calendar. All right, let's dive in. So the first thing we're going to do if we are just getting started is start with business information. Here in business information, you can change the name of your calendar. Below the business name, you can add in the address for your school, as well as the school's phone number. Below where it says send customer replies to, when you are scheduling bookings, you are able to receive replies. Now, if you are the school admin assistant or the school administrator setting this calendar up on behalf of all of your staff, you may not wish to receive replies. Instead, you want the emails going directly to your teachers. I will show you how to set that up in just a moment. Notice you can also include the school website. And if you scroll down, you can add your school logo simply by clicking Change and then uploading a new image. Once you've selected that image, it will appear here, and you should also be able to change the color background if the image is too small. Remember to hit Save and then Save again in the business information. If you're following along in Microsoft Bookings, this would be a great time to pause the video and go to business information in the far left navigation and set up the business information details for your school booking calendar. Once you've finished adding in that information, go ahead and click play to resume the video. Welcome back. Once you've gone ahead and saved the information you have entered in for business information, our next step is actually to go to staff. Here inside of the staff tab, you have the ability to manage all the staff that you have previously added to the Microsoft Booking calendar. Now, if this is your first time using Bookings, you will probably only see yourself as staff. To add additional staff members, simply come up to the top menu bar and click Add Staff. Next, you're going to fill in the staff member details. I'm going to add in my colleague, Trish. And notice that when I start typing her name, it should appear in the global address bar. So I go ahead and select Trish Rofi, and notice that her email address has automatically been populated. I can enter in the school phone number for Trish, and I'm going to make Trish an administrator. Make sure that all of the staff that you add to the calendar, especially if they're teachers, make sure you add them as administrators so that they can edit any settings and help manage the booking calendar. Next, we're going to make sure that for email notifications, this box is checked so that the staff receive an email when a booking is assigned to them or created or changed. The next steps, I'm going to set this staff member's availability, and I will have to do this for each staff member that I add. I am going to start by unchecking Events on Office Calendar affect availability. I am then going to uncheck Use Business Hours. I am going to set a specific time frame for which this staff member will be available during the specific service that we are going to be hosting at the school, and that is demonstration of learning. So because demonstration of learning is happening on a Thursday, I'm going to remove Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from Trish's availability. And our demonstration of learning is going to run on Thursdays from 1 p.m. until 4:30, and then there will be a dinner break from 4:30 to 5:30. After the dinner break, we will then resume demonstration of learning from 5:30 to 7:30. To add in that second time range, I'm simply going to click the plus sign and enter in the next time range, which is 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. All right, the last step is to click Save. Notice that Trish has been added to the list of my staff members who are part of this calendar. However, this is really, really important. Notice that all of the other staff members are a yes under Bookable, except for Trish. She is a no. That's because when you first add a staff member, Microsoft Bookings will email the staff member to confirm that they are part of the booking calendar. Your staff members, your teachers, must open that email. They must click on the confirm button or approve. Once they do so, their bookable status will go from no to yes, just like my other staff members here. All right, now if you do already have staff members in your calendar and you just need to edit their availability to align with the time of the service that you're going to be offering, to edit a staff member, simply hover over their name and click on the pencil icon for edit. And notice that you can update any information for this particular staff member. Remember to make sure that your staff members are administrators. And we're going to uncheck Events on Office Calendar affect availability. We're also going to uncheck Use Business Hours. And again, we're going to set up the Thursday booking time slots. So again, we want from 1 p.m. until 4:30. Click the plus, and then from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Click Save to any changes that you've made. And again, remember that you will have to update the availability and the details for all of the staff members entered into your calendar. Once again, if you are following along in Booking Calendar, you may want to pause the video here in order to either add your staff and enter in all of their details, including availability, or you may wish to manage the staff that you already have added in to your booking calendar. Remember that your staff will not be bookable in the service until all of your teachers, all of your staff have approved or confirmed by clicking on that email that Microsoft Bookings sends to their Outlook. When you're ready to continue with the video tutorial, simply click play. All right, so far we have updated our business information, and then we clicked on staff and we either added staff or managed the staff that we already have entered into our booking calendar. Our next step will be to build a service, in this case for Spring Demonstration of Learning. To get started, simply click on Services in the far left navigation. To add a new service, simply click the Add a Service at the very top menu. And now we can start filling in the specific details for our service. Starting from the top, I can go ahead and enter a specific name, in this case, Spring Demonstration of Learning. I could add a description that parents would see when they click on the service. And below, we see default location. Now, in this case, our meetings are all going to be virtual on Microsoft Teams. So instead of adding a default location, make sure you toggle on or click Add Online Meeting. By adding online meeting, when parents book, this will generate a Microsoft Teams meeting link that the parents will receive as well as the teacher, and then the meeting can take place on Microsoft Teams. Let's set the default duration of the demonstration of learning appointment. We want it to be 15 minutes. So I'll set hours to 0 and minutes to 15. But I'm going to turn on a buffer time of 5 minutes after. This means that 15 minutes for an appointment plus a 5-minute buffer time. This allows teachers to transition from one Teams meeting to the next Teams meeting. Below the buffer time, I could toggle on let customers manage their appointment when it was booked by you or your staff on their behalf. Since your teachers are administrators, a parent could potentially contact the teacher and say, could you please book me for this time slot? If you give your teachers that ability, you may wish to consider turning on this toggle so that the parents who are the customers could then make any changes to that appointment if they needed to. Let's keep scrolling down. The maximum number of attendees per event. It's really important that you leave this set to 1, even if you have a set of parents attending the meeting. The reason for this is if you set it to 2, that means 2 separate sets of parents for 2 different students will get the same Teams meeting link. You don't want other parents of another child joining the wrong Teams meeting. So make sure that this is set to 1. We can skip default price. Notes are internal only if you want to add some notes to yourself. But let's check out custom fields. We're going to go ahead and click modify. Custom fields are any fields or customer information that you wish to collect, in this case from parents. By default, we see that customer email is turned on as required, but phone number, address, and customer notes are also turned on, so they will also appear on the booking calendar. They're just not required for the parents to answer. We may wish to remove phone number or customer address. If I want to remove customer address, I simply click on it so that it's no longer highlighted in dark gray. I could make phone number required. And if I wanted to, I could leave customer notes as optional, so just leave it highlighted dark gray. Don't click the required box. And then go ahead and click OK. Below custom fields, you will see reminders and confirmation. Let's just expand the one-day reminder. Notice that by default, parents will receive a one-day reminder email, so a day before the demonstration of learning booking, saying just a quick reminder that your service is coming up soon. You can edit this by clicking on the pencil. Notice that you can change how many days the parents get the reminder email in advance, and you can also change the messaging. Remember to click save on any changes you make. Same thing with the email confirmation. When the parents book an appointment, they will receive an email confirmation confirming the appointment time and generating the Teams meeting link. You can customize this message to send out specific messaging from the school. Publishing options. Make sure that this box is checked to show this service on the booking page. Online scheduling options. We are actually going to uncheck this box because we are not going to use the default scheduling policy. Remember how our appointments were 15 minutes, but we wanted that 5-minute buffering? For the time increments, we're actually going to set it to 20 minutes. That includes that time buffering. We're going to make sure that the minimum lead time is about a day, but the maximum lead time by default is actually 365 days. We don't need our parents having a year in advance to book an appointment for demonstration of learning, so I'm going to change this to 30 days. Keep in mind that parents won't be able to book anything until you actually share the link to your booking page or booking calendar with your parents. All right, under email notifications, if you are managing this calendar, notice that it says notify the business via email when a booking is created or changed. Don't check this box if you don't want to receive an email every single time a parent books an appointment. However, check this box, send a meeting invite to the customer in addition to the confirmation email. You want to make sure that this box is checked so that the parents actually get the Teams meeting link. Next, allow customers to choose a specific person for the booking, so make sure this is checked, especially since you're going to be including multiple staff members in this booking calendar. And next, we set the general availability. Under availability, the general availability is typically set to bookable when staff are free. We are going to change this general availability to not bookable. And then we are going to click the blue type just below. It's really tiny. It says set different availability for a date range. When we click on that, we now have the ability to set specific times for a specific date or set of dates. So let's say the demonstration of learning is happening on March 11th. I would go ahead and set the start date to March 11th and the end date to March 11th. Instead of bookable when staff are free, I would set the custom hours. I would turn off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make sure that staff are not bookable during these times. And then I would go ahead and set the time range of demonstration of learning for March 11th. In this case, it will be from 1:30 to 4:30, and then from 5:30 to 7:30. Again, to add in that second range of time, I simply click the plus sign, and then I can go ahead and set the times. So in this case, this will be from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Now, if I did have to add an additional date, maybe we're having demonstration of learning over 2 days, I could simply click the set different availability for date range, this tiny blue type below. I could simply click that and then select my second date, and again set custom hours and set the custom time frame for the second demonstration of learning. But because I'm only having 1 day for demonstration of learning, I'll simply delete this second availability. Now, once you've filled in all this information, remember this final step. Scroll back up to the top, and here you will see a list of all your staff members. Again, you will only see the teachers who have confirmed or approved access to Microsoft Bookings when they receive that email. So it's really important to ensure that they confirm that email. What you're going to do here is you're going to select all the staff members who are going to be available to be booked for demonstration of learning. Just simply click on their names to make sure that they're highlighted dark gray and that they have a check mark beside them. Final step, go ahead and click Save. Now, if you've been using this booking calendar for other events, you may wish to edit. So for example, I have a fall demonstration of learning. I'm going to click the pencil when I hover over it to edit the details. And I'm simply going to scroll down until I see publishing options where it says show this service on the booking page. I'm simply going to uncheck that and click Save. That way the service does not appear on the booking calendar. If I want to be 100% sure, I could always hover over this service and click the trash can to delete it altogether. All right, if you are following along in Microsoft Bookings, this is another great place to pause the video, go ahead and add in your service, whether it be for parent-teacher conferences, spring demonstration of learning, or another parent meeting. Once you've filled in all the information for the service and you have assigned your staff and saved the service, you can go ahead and click play on this video to continue the tutorial. Welcome back. We are now ready for our final stage, and that is setting up and publishing our booking page. Start off by going to booking page in the far left navigation. Now, if you are just getting started, your booking page status is likely set to not published. If you have used the calendar in the past, it might still currently be published. Either way, we can adjust the settings and then save, update, and publish your current booking page. Let's start with booking page access control. We are not going to check the first box, require a Microsoft 365 or Office 365 account for my organization to book. This is because our parents may be booking with a wide variety of email addresses, including Gmail accounts, Shaw, or TELUS accounts. So we are going to leave this box unchecked. We are going to check the second box, though, to disable direct search engine indexing of booking page. That way, this page cannot be searched for using a Google search engine. The only way parents have access to this booking page is if you provide them with the direct link. Underneath, we see customer data usage consent. We can leave this box unchecked unless you wish to show a message stating that personal data is being collected and ask parent permission. If you do want to include that, go ahead and check this box. Otherwise, we're going to scroll down to scheduling policy. Remember that we set this up for 20 minutes. Even though our appointment slots are only going to be 15, we want to account for that 5-minute buffer time in between each appointment. Minimum lead time will be set to 24 hours so that parents have up to 24 hours to book an appointment or change their current booking. And maximum lead time, again by default, is set to 365 days. We are going to change the maximum lead time to 30 days if we were going to be giving this booking page link out early and asking parents to book their appointment time slots far in advance. Let's keep scrolling down. For email notifications, we are going to leave the first box unchecked. Notify the business via email when booking is created or changed. That way you, the manager of the calendar, do not get a whole bunch of emails coming in when parents start booking. However, we are going to check the second box, send meeting invite to the customer in addition to the confirmation email. That way, the parents get the meeting invite with that Teams meeting link. We're going to leave staff checked, allow customers to choose a specific person for the booking because again, we're going to have multiple staff members on this calendar. And now we have to set up the availability. And again, the availability is based on the time frame of our service, in this case, spring demonstration of learning. For general availability, I'm going to change this to not bookable. So general availability, not bookable. And then I'm going to click the tiny blue print below, set different availability for a date range. And again, if my demonstration of learning is happening on March 11th, I would go ahead and set the start date as March 11th, the end date of March 11th, and then change bookable when staff are free to custom hours. And again, we'll set up that custom time range for demonstration of learning. So here I've added 1:30 to 4:30 as the first time frame, and then to add a second time range, I'll click the plus sign and I'll add the second time range of 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Now again, if I was aligning this to the service, if I had another date for demonstration of learning in addition to March 11th, I would then go ahead and click the set different availability for date range. And again, set that start and end date and set custom hours. Keep in mind what I said earlier, that if you are aligning this to the service, you must also align this to the staff availability. So in staff availability, we only gave them availability for the Thursday. If you were also having demonstration of learning or parent-teacher conferences, say on a second date like a Wednesday, you would have to alter their availability inside of staff as well. All right, I am only having demo of learning on this one specific date, the 11th, so I'm going to delete this date range so that we only have the one date range. And I'm going to scroll back up to the top. Now, before I publish, notice that I can customize my page. It allows me to choose a color theme. I can choose colors based on my school colors. I can also set a custom color scheme for my booking page if I want to try to match or align my school colors perfectly. I am going to leave display business logo on your booking page checked because I want it to show the Edmonton Catholic Schools Learning Services logo that I selected in business information. For region and time zone settings, I'm going to leave this box unchecked because if I do check this box, it's actually going to have all appointments appear in 2400 hours. All right, once I'm ready, I go ahead and click Save and Publish. Before you copy this link to share your booking page out with your parents, make sure you take a moment to click Open Published Booking Page. By clicking this button, it's going to open your booking page from the parent view in a new tab in your Chrome browser window. This is going to let you see what the parents are going to see and how they will experience booking on your booking calendar. Notice that they will see the one service that you set up, the spring demonstration of learning, and it automatically took me to March 11th. If it doesn't, you can always use the arrows to advance the calendar. And under Select Staff, you can then go ahead, select the staff members who are bookable. and then select the time frame or time slot. And again, notice that they are set to 20-minute appointments. That's 15 minutes for the actual appointment and then 5 minutes for that buffer time. If I keep scrolling down, I can see for add your details, parents will only be asked for their name, email, and phone number, and notes are optional. Parents would fill out this information and simply click book. Let's go back to the booking calendar. When you're ready to share this link out, simply click copy, and then in this box here, notice that it says copy to clipboard. Press Control-C on your keyboard or right-click, copy, and then you can share this link out with your parent community. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, Christine.mckee@ecsd.net.